saying last week I ended off of when I was going to jail and the things I experienced in jail. But let me go back a little bit. And when I go back a little bit, I'm going to help y'all to understand. Um, like when I was living on like I spoke to y'all about the west side of St. Louis where I was raised up at in the streets. And let me take these off. When I was raised up in the streets, and the west side was a thing of you had gangs, you had Bloods, you had Crips. But the thing was, when I moved to the south side of St. Louis, it was a total different. You had Bloods and Crips, but the difference was, see, west side you could not hang out with Bloods, could not hang out with Crips, Crips could not hang out with Bloods. But once you got to the south, these gangs intermingled with each other, and they hung out with each other and all of this. And it was a total different environment than where I came from. Because just like I said, I was never the type of person to honestly, be tripping off of color. But back then, when like, this was the 80s and when I was on the west side. So colors, when they first came out, and it started something in St. Louis to where you could not wear the wrong color in the wrong neighborhood like I explained last time. Because if you did, you end up dead or beaten up real freaking bad or shot. But when I moved to the south side, or I started hanging out on the south side, it was a total different environment. This was not about like the gang culture that I came from, because everybody basically got along with each other. But they didn't care what you was claiming, but they respected. And at the same time, you had guys that literally it was just about neighborhoods and where you was from. And the simplest things will get you killed. Just like I say, I started hanging out on the dark side, and I see why they call it for a reason. Because man, me and my homeboy was talking about it, the things that we was talking about on the phone, the things that we survived and the things that we seen. And I can't speak on a lot of it, but I'm gonna say this: the first time homicide I seen, I'm talking about for any little given reason. Like I said, there was no such things about blood and cripping or anything like that. They was just, you say the wrong disrespectful thing, man, it's gonna turn out to an all-out war. And I'm talking about a war to where it's like people are dying and it's like guns going off. Like you couldn't leave your house in the morning, you would probably see a dead body up under your car, or somebody you might in broad daylight. Like it was crazy in that neighborhood. And I'm like, and when I say neighborhood, this was just not just one block. This was not like two. It's like 4 or 5 blocks all together. But certain blocks get into it with each other, and the ones that's like, look, stay out of this, get out of it, move out the way. You gonna ride or you gonna just get out the way. And this is what the South brung in. And I said in a song, man, disrespect bring forth homicide, and that's what it brung forth. And that's what I started to see, that this culture is taking a change. I'm not gonna really get into it, but me being on that South, like I said, I got caught up in something that I shouldn't have never been caught up in. And that takes me to where I ended up getting locked up. And when I got incarcerated, you know, because I already spoke on jail. When I went to prison, the first thing that I seen, I'll never forget this day. The first time I walked into prison, and it was the old walls, Jefferson City, MSP, Missouri State Penitentiary, MSP. If any of my bros that been through that, they know about MSP. The first, like I say, my first introduction into prison, this is what I seen. When I walked into the child hall, it's like walking into, like when you go to school, and when you go to school, it's certain sections that you can't sit in. You know, you had the GDs, you had the Vice Lords, you had the Bloods, the Crips, certain neighborhoods, they sat at certain tables. And you could not come into those tables because the simple fact is either you're going to get whooped or stabbed. And I had to learn from I ran into one of my homeboys and he had to tell me, like, man, you can't just sit no anywhere in this child hall. This is my first introduction, like, into prison. And I'm like, wow, this is how I'm talking about. They are in sections, like, basically, this is how it went. And everybody was cool with each other, but when beefs kicked off, all stabbings happening and people getting whooped and all of that. But like I say, back to my introduction, I leave the child hall, and y'all know about the tunnel. I'm walking down this tunnel, and like they say, they had a blind side in this tunnel where you could not see, honestly, nothing until you reach the corner of it. So you don't know who's coming around this corner or what's going to happen. But anyway, I go out to the yard. It's like basically I'm on a college campus or I'm like on the streets because everybody is dressed in their latest fashion that they got on. They got stuff on like people on the streets, and I'm talking about they dress down to the T. And then I look over, I see this guy, he's sitting up like basically like he's sitting up like not sitting up, but he's laying back like on the lawn or on the lawn. He's got two white dudes, and I don't understand what they are at the time. What is these dudes that's sitting with him? He's like basically like he's got two females sitting back, like he's on the beach or something. And it like I'm like, what the heck is that? Then I ran into this guy that I knew, another guy that I ran to another guy that I knew on from the streets. And he told me, like, cause I'm like, man, what's up with this dude laying up here like this? Like, he's like, man, you don't understand, man. Them is boys. I say, boys, what is boys? What is this? Like, what the heck are you talking about? They're homosexuals, man. They are his babies. Do you get what I am saying here? I'm like, oh, this the type of world I done been brought into. And you couldn't, even if you couldn't even speak to these guys or say anything to them because it would become a problem. You know, it would become a straight problem. You speak to them or they speak to you, you better keep your mouth shut or you will probably get, well, more likely you're going to get stabbed for speaking to another guy's, as they call themselves. They treated them like they're their real women, like literally. Like, this is my woman. I'm like, this is crazy. What have I got myself into? And as I speak of, and I spoke on what happened to white boys in prison when they come in, I'll never forget this one guy. Like I say, my next introduction is into this, is when guys approach them guys like, look, this is what it, yeah. You know, you're going to do this. And, well, I'm going to get into the story. So this little white boy, he come in with me. He's young. And me and him was cool. So one day, this is probably like my third or fourth day. So it's breakfast time. We go in, well, we go to the child hall, me and him, we walk in there, we find us a nice seat to where ain't nobody. Anywhere it go, we're sitting there eating. Two black guys come up on him and say, hey, man, remember what you said, you know, about yesterday, man? What's up? You gonna get down or what's up? What's the deal? And these black dudes turned and looked at me like, hey, what you got to do with this? I ain't got nothing to do with this. I got up and left. Must call me what? You're not doing anything. You're sitting up here with your head down like you don't want to say nothing, like you don't want to fight or nothing. I'm not getting in there. You have to man up. And he didn't want to man up at all. So that was my, like, and that's what I was trying to explain to y'all. This is what I experienced. Like, I seen this firsthand. Like, they was literally, like, it was one dude in there I knew of. He looked like a little kid, but he was probably my age. You know what I'm saying? Like 45, somewhere up in there. And he had one of those cases, man, and I tell you, he got befriended by one of those homosexuals, and the man, him and his man literally raped this man. You know, and this is some of the things, and not even just that part of prison, but I seen, like I say, like I told y'all, when dudes get bored, this is they. It just turned into, man, where dudes just got bored. Like, we'll be on the walk, because if y'all know, it's MSP, we didn't have no bars or nothing, so most times we'll be on the walk till like 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night. People get mad at us, and because we out there just talking about anything, because we're bored. We ain't got nothing to do, and some guys get mad and want to start fights and all that because y'all disturbing my peace. I got to go to work in the morning. Well, we don't have to work right now because they won't even sign us no jobs. There is nothing for us to do, no schools, no nothing. So, yeah, and I had my first fight there, and like I say, I seen fights, I seen stabbings, like literally, like I say, this one dude, it goes back to, it was crazy. It started over homosexual. The homosexual was, I don't know, he didn't want this guy didn't. I'm talking about, the stuff just went crazy, like, and I knew the dude, and I was trying to tell him, saying, white dude, he thought, because the simple fact is, he had, as they call it, a one-hitter quitter. He had a one-hitter quitter. This man hit you one time. This is skinny white dude, skinnier than me. He hit you one time. Let me tell you, you're through. He was no joke. Well, he didn't know, this little short guy, he was known for stabbing, cutting you open. And this dude here, I'm talking about, literally, he turned around, he confronted dude, because we was in the class. I got into school. He confronted dude in class, and I'm like, uh-oh, this is not going to be good. He confronted dude, and all we heard was, ah! He breaking and running, dude chasing him. He took 3 razors, put them on a toothbrush. Yeah, slid him from here to here. This was all over homosexual. And not even just that. Like, one disagreement, this dude, I'll never forget. He was from the Boot Hill. We down there, as I turned around, I got me a job. So we sitting at work. And I don't know what he said to dude, but dude just came to work. This dude from the Boot Hill, he's from, I forgot where he was from. But dude was no joke. He came to work. We all sitting there, before we had to go to work, conversating, kicking the bobos. He came up and told dude, me and you, let's go. We like, what the heck is going on? Listen, when I tell you, he whooped this dude. I'm talking about literally whooped this dude. Beat the hell out this dude. I'm talking about beat the hell out of him. And then told him, get up. Come on, let's go again. You want to go again? Dude try to go again. Got beat the hell out of again. Literally. And it was just over some words. Like, it's just crazy. The things that, like I say, even in MSP, the filthiness, oh my God, man. And the guards. I remember one guard, I'm not going to speak on her name, but I did something real stupid and ignorant. Because I used to go to shower. She used to, this is what she used to do. She'd get you up early in the morning. Right? She'd get you up early in the morning. And because in the morning, you, as men, we have that wood. So this is her little way to see some wood. And one day she said something to me, and I'll explain that in a minute. So she see me, she called me up to the gate. She say, how big is it? I'm like, what you talking about? It's early in the morning. What the hell are you talking about? I just woke up. Talking about that. I said, what? Oh my God, no, no, yeah. And my partner say, no, I told her to do that. No, not to look at her face. And I called her one day. I got rolled up for this and went to the hole. I told her, shit, what was that song by Chingy? Something. I forgot the name. I forgot it. It's oh, I asked her for a shot at ass, right? Shot at pussy. And I got my ass locked up for that because I didn't play no games when it came. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you what I was young, wild, didn't care, cause I'm doing, and I didn't even tell y'all. I ended up catching the case. Let me back a little bit. I ended up catching the case of murder, second degree murder. Well, first degree murder. They said I could get life, 25 to life. And the first offer they came to me with was 25. I ended up getting 35, but the five ran into the 30, as they say, call it consecutive. I don't know. I don't know how they call it. But I ended up with 30 years. And in my mind, I thought my life was over. I thought I was done. And when that judge said that, as I said, I thought my life was over. And as I look back, I'm kind of glad I did. In some ways, I'm glad I didn't, but I'm kind of glad I did because it saved me. So, like I say, me in the old walls, I didn't. I had a fight, first fight ever. I had a fight with this because like I told you, I was not the type of dude that go looking for fights, and I felt like I didn't have nothing to prove to nobody. As long as I'm not bothering you, you will leave me alone, and that's not how it works in prison. And this day, this guy, he just kept on. Me and him, we joning on each other, but this day, I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling it. Leave me alone. He kept on, and I called him a bitch ass nigga, and we went from there. We wrestling. He wanted wrestling, tussle with me and stuff like that. So I said, "Oh, bitch ass nigga, you ain't do shit to me." I picked up one of those, one of those lawn plastic chairs, and I smacked him real hard with this mug. Bow. And before I know it, he hit me, and I got dazed to where I was on the ground. I'm on the ground, but when I come to, like I say, when I come to, I'm on top of him. I'm finna start welling on him, but my partner grabbed my arm. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell the truth, y'all, cause this a big old country fed dude. So when he got up, I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta fight this big dude. And reality hit. I'm getting the hell out of here. This dude used to literally, we used to play basketball, and after we play basketball, this dude used to literally walk the yard, concrete, with no shoes on. He's from the country. I'm like, oh no. And I'm talking about big, solid, period. He don't lift weights, nothing. He's just country fed. Like, and that's what taught me about them guys from only one guy that I met that was not from the boot heel wasn't small. All the rest of these dudes was like this, like literally. And I'm like, dang. And me and him had that fight. Me and him went to the hole. We apologized. We came cool and all that. And like I say, that was my first experience ever being in the hole. And that hole is, well, back then, that hole wasn't nothing. The hole wasn't nothing. Cause my partner explained that, Brian. The hole wasn't nothing back then in the early 2000s and stuff like that. You can go to hole and chill out and get your zuzus and wham whams. If you know somebody, man, get that to me, all that, smoke and all that. So it was no big issue. But oh, I forgot to mention, like, subscribe, comment, man. Tell me what you want to see on her. Let me know, man. What future show, what y'all want me to bring to the table for y'all, man. Let me know. And I'm gonna be bringing in live chats, all that in a minute. Just give me a minute here, cause it's the introduction. But anyway, like I literally from that point on, everybody knew I throw hands. So I had some little comfort until I had to go, until I had to um, go to Terre. Now, Terre was a whole different playing field for me. I'm speeding this up a little bit because I'm not gonna go too deep into this stuff because it's a lot of memories that, especially back there that I seen. I'm talking about in the walls, man. The stabbings and the thing called lockdown. You be stuck in your cell because somebody then got stabbed up for some crazy, and then I not even getting to the point of like my partner say, okay, what you claim, where you from, who you with, or you gonna have to join this gang. You gonna have to literally get in the gang or something. And I'm like, that's, and then once you get in, you gotta prove yourself. Like you gotta prove yourself of who you are. But like I say, in Terre was a total different thing. When I got to Terre, it's a laid back camp. Ain't no, it's funk jumping off, mugs getting whooped, all that. But it wasn't too much drama. Once you prove yourself that you will throw these, mugs will leave you alone. Let you do your bit. You got respect. But back when I came from, the old walls, no, you got to do more than that, just fighting. You got to stab somebody. You got to establish yourself. Even if that means you're going to catch another 5 to 15 for stabbing this dude, to let them know I ain't the one. Don't play with me. You know, I got a little bit of respect because of the way I carry myself. I was a dude that everybody could honestly get along with. And like I say, I speed back up to Terre. I got a whole bunch of I'm not gonna give y'all a lot of stories, but I'm gonna give y'all the main stories that I seen. Like literally, I'm hanging out with this dude literally, and me and him, me and him cool and whatnot. This the first incident that I had, me myself, and me and this dude met in the old walls in the hole before we got transferred to Terre. So me and him was cool. We walk in the yard with his other little partner. I don't know they know this dude, but they made a comment. Dude didn't trip off of it. I made a comment because he got a big old swastika. He had a swastika literally in the back of his head. I'm doing it as a joke, just playing around like they are, you know. Dude thinking like he turns around talking about whoever said it, woo woo woo. We get down, woo. I'm paying no mind because I just cracked the joke. I kept walking. So my partner, he like, man, dang, you ain't gonna say nothing. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, it's not that serious. It's a joke. So whatever he thinking in his mind, let him come sideways. If he felt that way, disrespected, he would have came at me. Just like I told y'all, I love being on the defense. I do not like offense. This is how I move. I love the defense because it controls the narrative of the game. So I felt like dude didn't say nothing. So anyway it go. So I got tired of my partner. He trying to drive me, trying to talk to me crazy. So I called dude. Me and him was in front of the gym. Me and him having a conversation. I said, man, that was my fault. No disrespect. I was just cracking a joke. I don't even know you. I shouldn't have never did that. My bad. I apologize. Left it at that. But the other little dude with us, he didn't want to let it go. Man, forget that. Woo, woo, woo. And the next thing you know, this white dude hauled off and stole on him, right? I'm like, what? I'm talking about stole on me. It's like one of them fight movies when you see the blood come out. He stole on him. So I'm like, oh man, no, here we go. And he stole on because he's running his mouth. Me and the white dude, we done squashed our situation. But certain, keep it 100, certain Moors, certain Muslims was like, nah, y'all gonna have to fight straight up. I'm like, why do me and him gotta fight for? You know what I'm saying? And the white boys agree, yeah, they gotta fight. Why do me and him gotta fight? Because they talking about you started it. How did I start something? Dude run his mouth. Me and dude had our conversation as men. But no, we gotta still sit up here. I still gotta because I didn't start nothing with him. I didn't tell him to say nothing. But they said, no, you gonna have to get down there. I fought. And I ain't gonna lie, I got my ass whooped by that white boy. I didn't know that boy knew karate. And like I say, I'm waiting on him to swing. He won't swing, so I gotta swing. I got my ass whooped. And they did not like, and I didn't know, and I did not learn, I learned this. You cannot get your ass whooped by a white boy in prison. Point blank, period. Or in life. I don't care what it is. You're going to have to stand there and fight. According to our culture. But I realize sometimes they're going to beat the shit out of you. My whole face was, I'm brown skinned, so you can just imagine my whole face is purple. I stayed that way for like 3 or 4 days. I had to stay in the cell and not go nowhere, not even go to child or nothing. Try to figure out how to get me something to eat and all that. And I'm talking about literally. So everybody now is looking at me like, oh, this dude, he can't fight. This dude here, he's soft. He's this, that, and the third. He done started something with supposed to be a brother in a way. I didn't start nothing. Me and that dude had our conversation as men. Like I say, I made a mistake, and as a man, I come to you and I'm going to tell you my mistake as a man. And I'm going to admit my faults. So I admitted my fault to this man and apologizing. But they still didn't make none. They still think that me, oh, you starting stuff. This is how fucked up that culture was. This is how fucked up it was, man. And there's another story. It was this dude I got cool with. It was a white dude. He's in the cell with a black dude. Okay. And I'm not going to get into the story, but anywhere it go, the white dude's turned around. He's telling on all the big drug dealers on the yard, especially 2 of them, a white dude and this black dude. I'm not going to get names. So he's telling on them. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to lose his celly. His celly dropped dirty. So what he did was he turned around and started giving names of people that got drugs basically in our wing. And first the white dudes, me and him was together. We get approached by like 3 white dudes. So I go get my partner. We got to even this score. So I go get my partner because they rolled up on him like, hey, man, what's up with this, that, and the third? You doing this, we hearing you telling and all this. Because the white dude had some pull. I'll put it that way. He had some pull. And he found out that he was telling, so he confronted him with his partners. So I went and got one of my dudes like, nah, my dude was like, I say, dude, it's finna go down. We knew some shit because dudes, how they was acting towards him and shit that we seen, we knew something was going to happen. But we just didn't know when. So anywhere it go, I went and got my partner, he's like, man, I'm not getting in that shit. So one day, me and him, we had our meeting and stuff about dude. We was like, man, we sitting in my cell, smoking cigarettes, lights off, because you can't let the police see because you're supposed to be smoking, but in the house, but they'll let you buy cigarettes to smoke outside. I could never figure that one out. But anyway, so we sitting in my cell, we smoking a cigarette, and we having a conversation about this. Like, man, what's up, man? We hearing this dude telling and all this. My partner say, man, I'm not getting in it because it just don't seem right. So as we sitting there, I said, yeah, man, I ain't gonna get in it neither. So I called one of the dudes he was telling on. I called him. I say, hey, come here, man, let me holler at you. He like, oh, no, man, hold on, I'll be right back. So I finished smoking my cigarette. I come out, because his cell was right next door to mine. So I come out. I say, hey, man, let me holler at you. He goes, man, you gonna call me in a dark cell, man, woo, woo. What you trying to do, man? I say, what? So the nigga smacked me. I shouldn't say nigga. Dude smacked me. And you know what that means in the penitentiary. You gonna have to throw hands from this point on. But me, I grabbed him. I say, man, look, you do not want to do this. But I said, you know what? You put your hands on me. I left a 50. I pushed him up off of me, and I let off a 50 piece. He didn't want to fight. He wanted to wrestle. So we up there wrestling and tussling. So we wrestling and tussling. Police come, because we was up on it's like two levels. But these levels is like, it's like you walk out of, because the cells was not bars. They was just like you get locked in a door in a little room, 4 by 8, something, I don't know. But you get locked in this room. So it's just a walk, and then you go down these stairs, and that's the bottom walk. It's top walk, bottom walk. So anyway, police start running up the stairs because we on the top walk. We up there. I'm trying to get this dude let go of me so I can keep hitting you with these dogs. He don't want that. He want to wrestle. So anyway it go, police come rushing. So I get him up off me. I push him up off me. Police coming. So I ran past the police. I ran past the police. They like, hey, hold up. Grab him. I say, oh, damn. Fuck. And I got locked up in the hole. I did about 20 days on that fight. And when I tell you, it's a total difference from MSP hole coming to the Terre hole, where literally, honestly, guards are, you better not talk, like, literally, if you talk bad to the, like dude want to get transferred, he was like, nah, man, I ain't going. Y'all ain't going. Oh, you refusing? Okay. I can tell you in about a half an hour later, you heard this man hollering for his life. This man was literally hollering. They down there beating the hell out of this man. This is what the guards was doing. And there's a story from Terre of a man, he got beat so bad by them, man, they crushed all his ribs. They was literally beating dudes to death in the hole until they put cameras up in there. That didn't stop nothing neither. Because what they'd do, they'd take you over to medical, talking about you got a medical appointment at 1 o'clock. You better not go. You might as well stay right there. Because they was literally beating dudes' ass. They was killing them. Yes. Trust me, I seen this. Like, it was crazy. In the hole. You better not talk crazy to them. They coming back with that squad. And they gonna, whew, Lord Jesus. It's gonna be a problem. And I speed up a little bit after I got out that incident. And there was another incident that honestly let me know I'm not like these dudes. Like, some of these dudes are straight animals. Like, literally, some of them, like you, they deserve to be where they is, or these circumstances then turned them to animals. Like, literally, I seen a dude, like I told you, it's 2 tiers, and it was like a little rail to stop him. It was a rail which really couldn't stop nothing. But this dude literally climbed up on the rails, jumped head first into the concrete. Now, you would think his head up. No. It broke his neck instantly and killed him. Because he couldn't deal with the simple fact of prison, because he come from a wealthy family. Family turned their back. Only is his mother. And he felt like in his heart he should not be in prison, because he came home and found his wife with her other guy. He killed both of them. He felt like he was right for doing that. He felt like he was right for doing that. And he couldn't deal with being in prison. And I seen a man, and it broke me down, man. And a lot of people like, man, what you, because I'm seeing this, like I say, I seen the, like, literally, like, you look in the man's eyes, they were totally dark. He had no soul left. Like, he just honestly gave up. Like, I'm done. And I screamed like I ain't gonna lie, I screamed like a bitch. When I seen that man, I was like, Lord Jesus, help this man. And dudes literally up out the door, and they just like they wanted to see this shit. Like, they really want to see this man commit suicide. I'm gonna keep him 100. And that's the thing that pissed me off. Because these dudes look like they wanted to see this man take his life. Because this is how fucked up prison got them. Because they standing by the door where they can tap on the glass and get the guards. Some of the guards, one of these guards that was a preacher, me and him was cool. We used to talk about Bible scriptures and everything. He quit. Because after he seen the video of what happened, he quit. Because that was some fucked up shit. Even the homeboy, me and him finna get into it because he laughed at me like, hey man, that was funny, man. You talking about you yelling. That shit ain't funny. Seeing a man take his life is not funny. And a lot of people sat up there and got mad at me because they like, man, you supposed to be, you supposed to been seen this in prison. No, I did not see motherfuckers commit suicide all the time. Even though I was in MSP, but then I was in 3 houses where mothers was jumping from, but they put a gate up. So I didn't never see none of this. I never seen none of this until I came to Terre and seen this. And that changed my life, literally. And one incident that changed me, one incident that changed my life, I'm speeding it up. Because like I say, I don't want to talk, I don't like talking too much about them experiences because I got a lot, like Terre. That's they even put me in 11 house, supposed to be to work. They don't have them guys up there doing nothing. They have them going to work and all that. That's cool. They don't want to they don't want to take them to the library. They don't want them to go outside too much. They want to keep them inside. Like literally, I seen inmates take over a whole freaking wing and take over, and about just taking over the wing, they took over basically the whole prison because we all locked down. We can't go nowhere. Just because of them, they took over. My one partner, he tried to break out of he tried to break out of Terre, but he eventually killed himself because he found out his woman was out there. She didn't want to be with him no more, none of that. Because they used to have this like a delivery truck that they delivered to every house because this is how big this prison was. They had a truck that would come around and deliver stuff. So he hopped in the truck and literally took this truck all over prison. You can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere. I don't understand why, but he was trying to get them to kill him. But it didn't work. It didn't work at all. And rest in peace to him and the guy that committed suicide. Now, if I speed up, what changed my life was an incident in August 2017 to let me know God is with me and changed my life forever. I ended up going to the hole. I knew what my partner was doing. You know, he was moving. And he was people know about store men. See, I had a problem in prison with store men, and nobody didn't really like me because I was owing like 10 or 11 of these motherfuckers at one time. Store men. Because I had money coming in. I can't say I just got wrapped up in that because if I ain't got it, I'm going to get it because I got this money coming in. I'm thinking in my mind, well, I got this coming in. I could use this for this money, then use this for this money. But I'm steady in a losing battle. So anyway, I go up to his cell, give me a thing of tobacco because I'm out of tobacco. So I go give me a pouch of tobacco. So I go up to his cell. Him and his partner, they talking about something. He asked me about a song. And I'm like, yeah. So I see the police coming up the stairs. I see him coming to his cell because he's lived up on the top walk. So I see him coming upstairs. So something in my mind like, you better get out of here. So I'm like, yeah, man, okay. I'll talk to you later. As soon as I did, hit that, they tell me, hold up, get him too. You sit down at the table. They searched my cell, his cell. And the guy, they come to find out, it was a white dude. He told on him. And he was in the wing when he told him he had drugs still in his cell. They came out with drugs in his cell. Yeah. So, make a long story short, I ended up going to the whole investigation. And as I'm sitting in there, I'm like, God, what did I do? I'm like, every day, praying, reading my Bible. I'm like, God, what did I do? And I swear to you, I kept doing this every day until a point to where something literally grabbed my soul and shook it. Like, shut up. Let me handle it. It's okay. Shut up. Shook me. And I said, oh, okay. And that next day, they came to me and say, look, they dropped the investigation. You go back to the hole. You can get your job back or whatever. I'm like, wow. And that was God. And they let me know right then and there, God is with me. And it changed me. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say I became a perfect being. No, I didn't. I still have my flaws, which I still do. But anyway, as we come to the end, I didn't tell y'all most of all the stories that I went through in prison, because I went through some mayhem, straight up. And like I say, man, Terre was something else. Because like I say, you better not say the wrong thing to a guard, because all of them is family members. Let me tell you something. Potosi, Farmington, Terre, these are all within, just like, as we call a hop, skip, and a jump. To them it's the same way, but it's like hundreds of miles apart, but they all in the same freaking towns. These are all families together. Y'all have to understand this. So you have to be careful. Like I said in Terre, because you will get killed. The guards will literally, you say something wrong to them. Oh, and then there was another thing that happened too. I got to mention this too, man. They got on this thing of, they start bringing these guys down here. Like I say, these guards will talk to you crazy. I done seen them. This girl, she used to she used to tell guys, I know karate, I know this, I know that, right? I'm a kickboxer and all that, right? Man, they beat up this deaf girl, man. She started talking crazy to this dude, and this dude literally, but I ain't gonna tell you what happened to him. But I'm gonna tell you this. He beat this girl ass, and she was deaf. Straight up. And I ended up going to Farmington. I'm finna wrap this on up and give you my introduction and wrap this on up so we can move on. When I got to Farmington, it's like an old hospital, mental asylum or something they said it was. It was still same way, filthy. I went there to go through a class of truck driving school, vocational. That's what I went for, vocational. And I'm talking about, man, there was no problem. It was the only thing that got me though. You had literally, and I ain't trying to be funny, and I know most of this episode is about that homosexual. You had dudes walking around looking like straight women. Literally. They're looking like straight women. With them, yeah, all that. Walking to prison with you. Like, yeah. But at Farmington, I did not have no problems. It was laid back. I was chill. That's the first time in my bid I felt at ease. And I knew home is not far away. I made some videos there. A couple of songs in their studio. And I'll never forget the day, because I ended up getting this program to help me get me my own apartment. CJM, Criminal Justice Ministries. If you got somebody locked up, man, tell them to tell the PO that they got, they call it institutional parole officer. Tell them to look into, if they ain't got nothing. What the heck is this? If they don't have no home plan or nothing like that, go to CJM, Criminal Justice Ministry. Tell them to look into that, man. Because it's a great program, man. They helped me when I came home from prison, man. Because I didn't know where I was going to end up. My grandmama died. I didn't mention that. That was one of the heartbreaks of my life. My grandmama died while I was in prison. My mama died, and we didn't even know nobody in my family even knew she was dead. And I had to come home and get her. Thank you, John. Thank you for doing that for me. Take me go get my mother, man. You didn't ask me for nothing. Thank you. And I always got you for that, bro. And like I said, man, I came home, literally, I would have came home with nothing. But God blessed me, man. I got into this program, man, and it helped me, man, get myself a solid foundation under me so I can build. Yes, there been some cracks in the foundations, but I had to go out there and fix it or pay some people to fix it and get this thing back working. I will never forget that day. Like everybody says, you don't sleep at night when you finna go home, when you finna leave prison at night. You don't sleep. I literally, I probably slept a little bit, and it wasn't no excitement of me going home. It was like, I can't even say it was excitement or anything. It was, I don't know, man. I didn't have no such feelings like some dudes have. I didn't have that feeling. But the one thing I'll never forget, when I walked out of prison, I ain't seen my cousin in 25 and a half years. Or it was 26. 26 years, 26 and a half years. I ain't seen my cousin. I wish my brother Larry was there, but I don't know why he didn't. I wish I would have seen him. But this dude pulled up because it's the summertime. I got right out summertime. Man, look, it was a beautiful day. My bro pulled up, drop top 24, 20. No, it's not 24. I'm tripping. My fault. 22 Mustang drop top, man. Like fresh. And I seen my dude, man. I love you, bro. And I always will, Tez. Because you was willing to, you stand on your word. You came and got me, bro. From prison. And it's the shocks of going through the neighborhood, and we went back through my old neighborhood, and I seen my neighborhood regenification is real. It's real. They ran us all up out of there and they took it over. They ran us out, took it over, pushed us out the way. Regenification is real. And then when I went to we went to a McDonald's, and they started, you can tap in your order on this freaking box. I'm like, what the heck is this? Where are we coming to? And then I seen my dude, my partner, man, Smooth. He pulled up on us, man. I never forget that smile he gave me, bro. And now he's gone. Now I remember that day. When they gave me the keys to my own apartment, they took me shopping, got food, man, I felt good. When I laid in that bed, I ain't got to lay in no penitentiary bunks no more. I felt good. And before I end, man, like I say, man, a lot of people don't think, man, this is the way my life is. This is how it's going to be. This ain't how your life is, man. Trust me. Look at me. I've been through it. And I'm still going through it. And I'm still here and I'm surviving. Because I ain't even mentioned, when I got out, I started messing with this girl, and I did not know too much. I thought I knew, but I didn't know. And I fell hard. And like I always say, thank you, bro. Larry, man. Thank you, Boo, too, man. You pulled up on me, man. Took me, got me something to eat, helped me get a job, put money in my pocket, bro. I'm always thankful for that. I thank you, man. I'm going to give you your flowers while you're here, bro. And Larry, you saved me, man. And I thank you. Shout out to Vanessa. What's up? And like I say, man, even though when I came home, the most devastating thing that I had to face, and I didn't know how much I loved this woman until she was just not here anymore. She's gone. She's gone. That was my mother. And I sat in a room for like 2 weeks, man, just crying, smoking cigarette after cigarette, missing my mama. I miss my mother. I miss my grandmother. But one thing, I know they still with me because my mother's right here with us. Hold on, let me show you. That's my mama right there. That's my mother. I'm always miss them. Don't never think, man, ever in your mind that it's over. It's only the beginning. And one thing I know about God, Yahweh, Yahshua, he's a God of a second chance, of many chances. So you may be down in a ditch, you will come up. Trust me. Look at me. I'm a walking miracle. Wow. I am a walking miracle. And I thank Jesus every day. I want y'all to like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what y'all want to see, man. Let me know. And this is the introduction. A little bit. I didn't go too deep. I'm not going to give y'all a lot, man, because I don't want to bore y'all. It's going to get boring because I got stories for days, and I'm sorry about but my homie spoke on it. And like they said, man, in prison there was white slavery. When they said white slavery, yes, man, there was no game. And the wrong things will get you stabbed up. I thank the God I left prison with my teeth, no stab wounds. I still look young. I thank God. I thank Yahweh, Yahshua. I thank both of y'all, man. Because I don't know where would I be. And like I said, and I say this in the song, man, everything can be turned around, man. It's never the end. It's just the beginning, man. And I end with this. Man, always, man, God is a prayer away, man. Why in the heck is this thing give me that? The hell? Okay, there we go. And like I say, man, as I end, I'm in with this, man. I'm just going to tell y'all this, man. Change it up a little bit, and I'm in with this song. And I want y'all to always stay prayed up, man. And I'm coming with that real on here, man. No fake shit. We come with the real, man. No more lies, man. And if y'all got any, like I say, suggestions, put it in my comments, man. Let me know what y'all want to see. I'll bring it to you and let you know. From my point of view, and I'll bring some guests, too. That's coming, too. Live chats, we coming with that, too. So, this is the introduction. And it's your boy, Gusto, a.k.a. Myri. No CB4. Please do not do that to me. Later. The outside is a